So I see you have a sample there, huh?
Yes, this is a.
You brought quite a few samples, I see. About 15 bundles of samples we have here. So tell me something. What do you like to pair with your samples, for example? I know like that you like your Encore with some nice coffee any time of the day. You like Encore all day, all night. But tell me, when you're sampling something, what do you like to pair it with?
Well, I don't drink anymore. But many years ago, when I used to drink, for me, it was basically bourbon, and I used to drink a bourbon that was 103 proof, Wild Turkey,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
and Blanton's.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you remember. One time we went to Chicago and we went to Kentucky and we went to the.
I do
You
remember.
remember that?
Yes. Yeah. We
So
stopped at the plant, right? Where
yeah,
they
yeah,
make it.
yeah,
Yeah. I
yeah.
remember
All the
that.
barrels and everything. It was very nice experience. Matter of fact, that's where we saw our first Walmart.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
Kentucky.
I was
I don't know what was whatever the city was, but anyway. So now when I'm smoking a cigar, I like coffee. I like espresso. I like my Cuban espresso. I like Italian espresso.
I've noticed, for example, like if I'm having a pledge,
Yeah.
espresso goes very well. You have the bold and the bold, right? But then
Uh-huh.
if you add a little milk, like with a macchiato or a cappuccino, I like more the Encore. I know you don't drink milk with your coffee, but
No.
I like more the Encore, the Allegiance, because you have that like creaminess with the
Yeah,
creaminess.
yeah.
It's like very smooth, really nice
Yeah, it
experience.
pairs very well.
Yes, so
It does pair very
sometimes strong with strong is a good thing. So
well.
and then milder with milder like that. But you can also do complex combinations. Sometimes with
Yeah, I mean, this is the whole beauty,
Connecticut.
about pairing. You get the different, flavors and the different, from the coffee or from whatever you're drinking. And, rum used to be also a favorite of mine. Dominican rum, goes great with, our cigars. With Maduros, I like to, like maybe American coffee. I like but my Cuban espresso seems to be the one that really
Your
hits.
go-to.
Yeah, my go-to all the
And do
time.
you find that even though the espresso is strong, that you can have, like we were talking about, a variety of cigars with it, like Connecticut?
Well, Connecticut, I would say Connecticut, Maduro wrappers, I like more an American type coffee,
Okay,
you know?
okay.
I don't know, it just doesn't have that intensity, and it seems to, like you were mentioning before, go well with
Okay.
the different, the not the milder tobaccos necessarily, but that type of tobaccos.
And when you say American, you mean like black coffee?
Black
for
coffee,
example?
yes.
Right,
Mhm,
right. So for your espressos, you typically have more of a variety of choices. You can go with Encore, with Pledge, with Inch. Just pretty much run the
Inch,
gamut.
yeah, Inch, Encore, Pledge, La Historia,
How many cigars do you smoke a day?
Well, it depends. If I'm here, like we're here in Miami now, I'll probably go through, maybe a couple during the day, and then at night, that's when I really, start, and I'll smoke another two or three.
At night. So you're talking about like maybe 5 a day?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
in the factory?
And the factory, I can go, aside from, because I'm always trying the different blends and also the cigars that are being made. So that can be anywhere from, 8 to 12.
How many of you are
'Cause
having 5,
all
8,
night.
or 12 cigars?
That goes to the whole day.
Yeah, I heard a story that you had a house guest recently. You guys were smoking till 3 in the morning, just one cigar after another. So there's a few things that Ernesto loves: his cigars and his food. So talking about food, I heard you have your whole Tampa trip planned, Burns, Colombia, all your favorite Tampa
right.
restaurants. If you guys, have been to Tampa, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So what about, I guess my other question is, what about food? Like if you eat like a heavier meal, what do you like to smoke after?
I like definitely a plate of Historia.
Okay.
Yeah, doing like doing lunch, I like more of a Encore type and Allegiance. I like to, yeah. Also, I found like for me the Maduro that we make now. I like that particular cigar. I like when there's nothing going on. I can just enjoy the flavors and the the taste of that cigar. But the pledge, definitely after a heavy meal, that's my go-to.
Now, if you're talking about when you're relaxed and you can really kind of think about the flavors and the profile of the cigar. So how about like if you are in a meeting, for example, and you don't have to think as much, or you're not, because I've seen you in meetings actually smoking and saying, whoa, this is really good. Or it changes, or so you're probably always thinking when you're smoking. But is there a cigar that you're more kind of like, oh, this is more of like my casual smoke?
Well, my casual smoke would probably be a New Wave Connecticut.
Okay.
Especially when I'm reading a book, and I just want to concentrate on the book and not so much of the cigar. But the cigar just keeps me like like a companion.
Okay.
So I'm there, reading my books, and I'm smoking my my New Wave Connecticut, or my Encore, or even an Allegiance, which is a cigar that just gives you don't have to think too much about as far as what you're going to get from that cigar. You're going to get like a companion that you're going to enjoy that book with, which in my case, that's my case. Yeah.
So guys, share with us your pairing ideas. Do you like coffee? Do you like bourbon? What do you smoke when you're reading a book, relaxing? What do you smoke after a big meal? We want to hear everything you have to say. Yeah. So make sure to comment below and subscribe so that you can be the first to find out when our next video is live.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's fun.